From Nashville, Tennessee, the country music capital of the world, here are the Willis brothers, Skeeter, Vic, and Guy. Oh, by the way, is there a Guy Willis in the house?
That's you, brother. You've been Guy Willis for the last 40 years.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, excuse me. Friends, I'm Guy Willis, and I'm kind of filling in for T. Tommy, who's on vacation. So if you fellas will, a 1, a 2. And now, folks, I'd like for you to meet our 2 fine guest stars this week, Mr. Leroy Van Dyke. Come in here, Leroy.
I'm here.
And Miss Marion Worth. Howdy, Marion. Say, we'll all be picking and singing for you on this edition of the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
Neighbors, our good buddy T. Tommy is taking a little vacation this week, so I'm going to get my big chance. I'm going to be your master of ceremonies.
Goody! Hooray! Goody! Hooray!
Shut up, will you, Vic?
Well, if you're so good, how come you never did master of ceremonies this show before?
Well, I'll tell you the reason why. It's because I just can't talk to big city folks, I reckon. Folks, you see, we come from a very small town in Oklahoma. Fact is, it was so small that they had to have a curfew on electric shaving.
Yeah, whenever you plugged in your electric shaver at night, all the lights in town dimmed.
Let's sing the song, will you? All righty, all ready? Go ahead. Oh, that big black engine comes a-puffin' around the bend, puffin' around the bend. She's a-puffin' around the bend. Oh, that big black engine comes a-puffin' around the bend. It's that Tennessee Central number 9. Oh, that old DC, it's good enough for me to let that flag one give that engineer the sign. I got a feeling I must go when I hear that whistle blow on that Tennessee Central number 9. We're gonna hit that mountain, we'll be rocking and a-reeling, moaning and a-squealing, a-rocking and a-reeling. Gonna hit that mountain, we'll be rocking and a-reeling on the Tennessee Central number 9. Oh, that old TC, it's good enough for me to let that flagman give that engineer the sign. I got a feeling I must go when I hear that whistle blow on the Tennessee Central number 9. Now we have to get it. Ah, that's my brother. With that blow smoke rolling, she's a-puffin' around the bend, coming around that bend. She's a-coming around the bend with that black smoke rolling, coming around the bend. It's that Tennessee Central number 9. Oh, that old TC, it's good enough for me to let that flagman give that engineer the sign. I got a feeling I must go when I hear that whistle blow on the Tennessee Central number 9. You see, our hometown was so small. Vic, would you hold it up just a little bit? I'm going to be the master of ceremonies, the T. Tommy of ceremonies on this program. And it's my pleasure now to bring to you, neighbors, a word from one of our fine sponsors. Well, sir, even a professional T. Tommy of ceremonies would be proud to introduce a big star like the one I'm going to introduce next.
Yeah, you tell him, Guy.
Yeah, give it to him, Guy.
Oh, shut up. You done made me forget the introduction.
Well, why don't you just say it's Leroy Van Dyke,
Yeah, one of country music's biggest stars.
singing 2 of his biggest numbers.
Yeah, walk on by, and if a woman answers.
Say, that's a good idea. Oh, wait a minute. You've already done it. Sing the song, Leroy, will you, please?
All right, we'll do it. If I see you tomorrow on some street in town, pardon me if I don't say hello. I belong to another. It wouldn't look so good to know someone I'm not supposed to know. Just walk on by, wait on the corner. I love you, but we're strangers when we meet. Just walk on by, wait on the corner. I love you, but we're we're strangers when we meet. Her arms are cold, but still she holds me to that vow. What once was love is now a prison wall. And though I break away to meet you anyhow, I have to say, please remember when you call. If a woman answers, hang up the phone. Don't take a chance, please don't ask for me. If a woman answers, hang up the phone. I love you, but darling, I'm not free. I love you, but darling, I'm not free.
Thank you, Leroy.
That, Leroy, that's what I call real singing.
Yeah, singing.
All right, blabbermouth, all right. If you want to be the T-Tommy of ceremonies around these parts, you go ahead and introduce the next number. Would you do that?
Thank you, brother. Go ahead, Brother Vic.
Well, for our next number, I'd like to, what'd I say?
Well, you could say, oh, I got it. Here is a word from our local announcer, Brother Guy.
Thank you, Brother Skeeter.
All right, now let that be a lesson to you. Friends, we're going to assist little Roy Wiggins and his steel guitar doing his Starday recording of Love Theme. Little Roy. Thank you. Now, here's what I want you guys to do. Every one of you just sit real still. Sit real still, and don't you move a muscle. Hello, Marion.
Hi, Guy.
Right now, we're real happy to say that it's a pleasure to have you with us,
Thank
Marion.
Yeah, real tickle, Marion.
All right, over there, little Sir Echo. Marion, quick, before we interrupt it again, what would you like to sing for us?
I'd like to do one of my favorites, Guy, called We Could.
We could?
Mhm.
All righty.
If anyone could find the joy that true love brings a girl and boy, we could, you and I. If anyone could ever say that their true love was here to stay, we could, you and I. When you're in my arms, I know you're happy to be there. And just as long as I'm with you, I'm happy anyway. If anyone could
And now Guy would like to announce that we will now sing Boots and Saddle. Right, Guy?
Yes, I would like to. No, I won't either. We're just going to sing the cotton picking song, all right?
Boy, give you trouble.
Take me back to my boots and saddle. Let me greet each blaze and morn on the range where I was born. Give me my boots and saddle. Let me ramble the rolling prairies. Roping steers on old Bar X with my partner Slim and Tex. Give me my boots and saddle. I got a hankering to be with my banjo on my knee, strumming a pretty western tune. There's a gal in Cherokee and she's waiting there for me, waiting beneath the Texas moon. So take me back to my boots and saddle. Let me see that general store. Let me ride the range once more. Give me my boots and saddle.
Hey, I like cowboy songs.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Great.
Hope you folks liked it. And now, folks, we're all going to be quiet for a minute so that we can all hear this important message. Now, look, fellas, once and for all, I want it understood that I am the T-Tommy of ceremonies around here. Now, I want that.
Well, I don't
Oh,
see
well,
why
why are you taking an attitude like that?
Well, there seems to be some disagreement back here as to who's going to introduce this next song, so I just think I'll do it myself. It's one of my old records, a thing called Auctioneer. Now, you guys, I've already introduced it, so just forget it. Hey, well, all right, sir, here we go there, and what are you going to give for? I'm a 25 to get 30 now, 5 bit of another $40 on the make it a 40 now, 5 bit of 5. There was a boy in Arkansas who wouldn't listen to his ma when she told him he should go to school. He'd sneak away in the afternoon, take a little walk, then pretty soon you'd find him at the local auction barn. He'd stand and listen carefully, then pretty soon he began to see how the auctioneer could talk so rapidly. He said, oh my, it's do or die, I've got to learn that auction cry, gotta make my mark and be an auctioneer. $25 bidder now, $30, 30, will you give me 30, make it 30, bid it up on my $30, will you give me 30, hoorah, bid a $30 bid. $30 bidder now, 35, will you give me 35 to make it 35, bid it a 35, who will a bidder at a $35 bid. As time went on, he did his best, and all could see he didn't jest. He practiced calling bids both night and day. His pap would find him behind the barn just working up an awful storm as he tries to imitate the auctioneer. Then his pap said, son, we just can't stand to have a mediocre man selling things at auction using our good name. I'll send you off to auction school, then you'll be nobody's fool. You can take your place among the best. $35 bid and I'll $40, 40, will you give me 40, make it 40, bid it on a $40, will you give me 40, hoorah, bid it a $40 bid. $40 bid and now 45, will you give me 45 to make it a 45, bid it a 45, who would have bid it at a $45 bid. So from that boy who went to school, there grew a man who played it cool. He came back home a full-fledged auctioneer. Then the people came from miles around just to hear him make that rhythmic sound that filled their hearts with such a happy cheer. His fame spread out from shore to shore. He had all he could do and more. Had to buy a plane to get around. Now he's the tops in all the land. Let's pause and give that man a hand. He's the best of all the auctioneers. $45 bid, another $50, 50. Will they give me 50? Make a 50 bid of all the $50. Will they give me 50? Who'd have a $50 bill? $50 bidder now, 55. Will they give me 55 to make it a 55? A bid of 55. I sold that hog for a $50 bill. Hey, well, all right, sir, open the gate and let 'em out and walk 'em, boys. Here we come a lot of number 29 in. What are you going to get for 'em? I'm at 25 to get 30 now. 5. Would it bid of 5? Another $40 on the make it a 40 now. 5. Would it bid of 5? Another $50 on the make it a 50 now. 5. Thank you very much.
That was a good one. That was a good one. Hey, hold it, fellas. I'll make a deal with both of you and all of you right now. I won't try to announce the next number if you won't, okay?
That's a fair
Here's
deal.
what we'll do.
Good deal.
We'll let our pretty guest introduce it. Lady Marion, would you come in?
All right.
Miss Marion, if you could do anything you wanted to on this program, what would you like to do?
Sing with the Willis brothers.
Oh, isn't that
we like
wonderful?
that. I enjoy
Hey, now,
that.
wait just a minute, man. Remember our agreement. What would you like to sing with the Willis brothers, Marion?
How about a little bitty tear?
Hey, that would be a good one.
A little bitty tear let me down, spoil my act as a clown.
I had it made up not to make a frown,
But a little bitty tear let me down.
said you were leaving tomorrow, that today was our last day. Said there'd be no sorrow, that I'd laugh when you walked away.
But a little bitty tear let me down, spoil my act as a clown.
I had it made up not to make a frown,
But a little bitty tear let me down.
said I'd laugh when you left me, full of funny as you went out the door, that I'd have another one waiting, and I'd wave goodbye as you go.
But a little bitty tear let me down, spoil my act as a clown.
I had it made up not to make a frown,
But a little bitty tear let me down.
everything went like I planned it, and I really put on quite a show. In my heart I thought I could stand it, till you walked with your grip through the door.
Then a little bitty tear let me down, spoiled my act as a clown.
I had it made up not to make a frown,
But a little bitty tear let me down. But a little bitty tear let me down. But a little bitty tear let me down.
Thank you, Marion. We enjoyed that. And by the way, Marion, we'd like to dedicate this next song just to you, if you don't mind, huh?
Holding in the rain, holding in the rain. I never knew what love was till I caught it in the rain.
Stand right where you're at and let me tell you what happened to me just the other day when I was downtown walking around paying attention to everybody else's business and leaving my own alone. I passed by one of them department stores, you know, the kind with the swinging doors. And I want you to know I seen a pretty woman come through them swinging doors, and brother, she was really loaded.
Whoa!
Down with a whole bunch of packages, and me being a gentleman, I walked over and I said, "Honey, can I help you tote your packages home?" And she looked up at me and gave me a great big grin, and she said, "I think that'll be all right." And you know, that made me feel so good.
Holding in the rain, holding in the rain. I never knew what love was till
packages up to her house where she lived, walked up on the front porch, and kind of set the packages down in the porch swing, and I looked at her, and she was so pretty. I said, honey, after me helping you home with all your packages, do you mind if you kind of pucker up and give old guy a kiss? Yeah. Well, she looked up at me and said she didn't mind, and you know what? That made me feel so good. Holding in the rain, holding in the rain. I never knew what love was till I poured it in the rain. Well, now we stood there for a few more minutes, and I began to feeling more romantical. And I looked at her with my big calf eyes, and I said, honey, I kind of fell for you. How about me and you getting married? Well, she said, you're going to have to see my pa. I said, I've seen him, and I'd rather have you. Anyhow, I walked on back to the home where I lived, and I stayed there for a while, and I slept all night thinking about what she'd said about seeing her pa. So I got up the next morning, and I was feeling kind of brave. Walking down the railroad track, and I filled my pockets full of rock. I picked me up a pretty good-sized club, and I had my yellow-handled razor, and brother, that's the worst kind. And I walked on down to his house, still feeling awful brave, and I walked up on the front porch, and I walked up to his door, and I knocked on that cotton-picking door, and her daddy come out the door, and he stood on the front porch, and I looked him right square in the belt buckle, and I said, Shorty, I'm aiming to marry your daughter. Well, now, that's when he looked down at me, and he said, Guy, as far as I'm concerned, you can just go straight. Now, wait a minute. That ain't what he said at all, fella. Let's see if I can remember.
See if you remember, Guy.
Yeah, be sure.
I think I got it now. I remember what he said. He said, Guy, as far as I'm concerned, you can go right straight ahead on and marry her if you want to, and you know what? And made me feel so good. Courting in the rain, courting in the rain. I never knew what love was till I courted in the rain. Well, now while we try to get our breath back, here is something that we're mighty proud to bring to your attention. Well, friends, time has completely gotten away from us, and I'd like to thank the members of our band, Little Peanuts Montgomery on the big bass fiddle, Little Roy Wiggins on his steel guitar, Leon Sutton on the takeoff guitar, and our drummer, Ferris Coursey. Thank you, men, and now let's see if we can't skedaddle out of here in a great big cloud of rosin dust. Okay, let her flicker. And we hope that we haven't ruined T. Tommy's show for him. You know, he'll be back next week. I want to thank my brothers for picking and singing so pretty. And our special thanks to Leroy Van Dyke, lovely lady Marion Worth, and next week another big lineup of stars. So you be sure to be here when you'll hear our old buddy T. Tommy saying, it's Grand Ole Opry time. Let her go, boy.